is doubt. Well, when we got in this relationship, I gave up knitting for you, and you gave up your motorcycle. Do you know how much I loved knitting? So now this so-called compromise is now going what? It's going south. So when we talk about this idea of being right, the other part is even look at resolving conflict. And what I is compromise. We are looking for collaboration. Let's build a third thing together. You have a thing, I have a thing. Let's take what we have and let's build a third thing together. Right? So one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek Next Generation, so I like Star Trek Next Generation, was, and I have to find actually the real name for it, but I call it the chorus, right? So there were these two warring factions, and they just could not get along. Um, this galactic translator uh, uh, peacemaker dude, right? But he was deaf, and so he had this chorus of these telepaths that would speak for him, and they would speak for three dimensions of his, identity or whatever. It's Star Trek, right? So they bring this ambassador in. He's going to negotiate peace in this situation, and through an accident, um, his chorus gets destroyed. The three people who speak for him are dead. And so now he's in this war torn planet trying to negotiate peace. All the people that he uses, all the tools that he has at his disposal to try to mediate this are now gone. But he's still the same great ambassador that he was before. So what do you think he does to try to bring peace to this planet? He's deaf, no less. What do you think he does? He collaborates, right? And what he does is he teaches the planet American Sign Language. So they have their own culture. They have their warring fact says, look, if we want to move along together, we want to broker this peace, then we all have to learn ASL together. And so he comes up with this third way of being, right? And so all too often, what I encourage people to think about in this polarized situation, how do you create a third way of being? In principles, I forgot who said it before, but really starting off with those values. All human beings need love. They need, air and food. Can we agree on that? Yes. All right. Now, what kind of food and how they like to prepare their food and who they want to be in love with, can we also say that that's up to them too, right? So just really building this third way together. So, um, no, man, I wish I could take you guys everywhere. This is, I feel like, any observations before we end our session today? Yes. Yeah. Did we settle on longer Mondays? I wasn't sure what people's schedules were. Okay. All right. Then what I'll do, I did not prepare for today, but I will for our next gathering. All right. She's like, I need some things. So, yes. Yes. So I would say in the metropolitan areas, not so much, because it's a metro. So Minneapolis proper, probably not so much. St. Paul, I live in Rochester, which is very our the even having a conversation about gender pronouns is a little uncomfortable. Like, why do I have to do that? What is that? And so I would say this is probably comparable to Tacoma, where St. Paul and Greater Minnesota, not so much so. Type of thing, so that probably wouldn't be too uncommon in Duluth, but for most Minnesotans, the conversation turns really quickly into a religious conversation. That you know, Eve, and even though we have the stuff, so even some, and this is interesting, and that even gay people have difficulties with gender pronouns. And so I thought that, particularly here, I don't hear some older gay people have difficulties kind of understanding how or why. You're so very welcome. Yeah, yeah, not a youper. Yes, they have. All right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No problem. This week. Thank you. All righty. Bye.